overweight Negro claims to be the boss. You have My Boss Online, the guy with the orange mask, slightly overweight. They run their hack, dump their problems on the Negro, basically, to get away with their crime. That was easy. That's why you guys keep pressing that shit as we move around the nation, or as I move around the nation. So that kind of indicates where your hack is, with the people working together. Let's see. If African Americans, you're going to claim to be the boss, and the boss also pays the paychecks. So you guys owe a lot of people a lot of money, the services, the churches, the governments, like I said, my family. You guys got to pay that back, right? The police, all the menacing that you guys created, the gangs, see? So if you're going to be the boss of overweight Americans or black Americans. But I also have read too that Joe, Harry, Bernard, GPS Robo Minister, all that, okay, they said that the slaves, right, black slaves that were brought over by the Spanish who lived in Mexico really didn't have the slave culture, which I don't know, I wasn't alive then, but let's say that it wasn't. That would mean that you had had a population of black African Americans that knew Spanish, which is kind of non-existent now, which either was they were destroyed or it was replaced with this subculture that they have now. So the very thing that they're complaining about or mocking, they destroy, which that's why I don't believe half of the African Americans out here, because they don't present themselves that way. So to me, it's a fraud. So why would you sit there and lump me with Elton Anderson or Don Wiley when I have my personality doesn't even remotely match? You're a fraud. They are the ones that made you sick, possibly Ellery as well. Okay, they've lived out here. He might have seen some of that culture, but Elton and them don't really display it. But they'll fit into that whole gangster routine and scam you. So see, we're proving that the blacks basically institute their own slavery, and they use what? Hey, look, maybe Gordon is your guys' problem because they mocked it. So they're fleecing not only the Spanish and Mexicans out here, but they're fleecing themselves and then running a sympathy scam. And then they're using any of the families that had any, common sense or had knowledge and destroyed it, which is what they're doing. Why would you want to pick that side? Why are you coming after me, David? It was that I don't need to explain this to see what they're doing. Okay, if you're going to make them the drug dealers, they're going to start that is the scam of the scam. That's why I didn't get into that business. That's why Bernard and the Robo Knight and all them are fucking full of shit. Because a real drug dealer, Dave, I'd have tons and tons of money, but I wasn't raised that way. My father didn't raise me that way. My friends and I dabbled in it, but we weren't fucking drug dealers. I wasn't a cartel leader. I don't go going down to their place down there and telling them what to do. No way, I'd die. They were there before me. So Lita's spoiled attitude doesn't make sense. So you guys are being coddled. You guys are trying to move in onto a space, which if it was yours, Dave, I understand, but then why would you run to me and Brian Miller, to fix you guys' problems that you guys created? Okay? This is common sense shit. Basically, you have a whole society that was destroyed out here because of you guys is falling in love with the gangster life. And I was never a part of the gangster life. I'm more of the old style stuff. So, Jew, whatever. You guys killed some kids, obviously, and then recloned them in. And then it just kept and walked away, and then when it gets a big mess, and you guys come back to try to reclaim it, like Ellery and them are trying to do. Steal my dad's work, Jay's work, other men's work. They either know they're dead or almost dying, torturing. It's stupid. Making people believe that they're sick so you guys can lay up with certain girls. I mean, come on, dudes. But hey, if you guys with the bosses see, and if the Negroes claim to be the bosses, where's the paychecks? And now you guys owe it to like a bunch of cities and movie stars, all that stuff for the damages that you guys created. Universities. If you're trying to rebuild an old culture out here or a society that once worked, David, you cannot support that. You can't condone that. If an old style or culture that you're trying to teach people, she has to teach it. But no, many blacks speak Spanish, and that means that they wouldn't know too much about what you're trying to prove.